officially on the road yet, but it was the first night sleeping in the van. I mooch docked off a friend's property. I woke up in the morning to a cow over there and a couple horses, and pretty nice. So I'm on a very, very private drive. I did not bother closing out my curtains, and I just put one of my window covers in there, and then I got up in the morning and read a little bit, and then made myself a little pot of coffee here. And right now I'm just, I can't use the induction top on the battery. I don't have the lithium in here yet, but what I did is I just used my little propane, cranked up the stove here, make sure there's no gas pulling in here, but I do have a carbon monoxide detector over here in the event that gas does happen to build up. But there's that. Last night I was able to get some good internet. Now, this is the middle of nowhere, so there's not a ton of internet, but it was actually enough to watch some videos without any lagging or delaying. And I think today we're gonna just move on to a spot I used to walk when I was a kid. Walk around there, show you what that looks like, and then we're gonna start heading back to home base for now. All right, so this is a place I used to spend some time as a kid and as a young person as well. In fact, I've had some great breakthroughs here, and I'm at Woodcock, which is a really nice place down here in just a little bit north of Meadville, Pennsylvania. And what we have here, right now I'm walking on a bridge, and this is exactly 1 mile in length. So I'm not going to walk the whole mile because across the street from me is nature trails in the woods, which is awesome. And then the other place we have is I'm not sure if it's a day park or campgrounds. I'm not sure. We've not used it a whole lot, but I'll flip the camera around here and show you what I'm talking about. All right, so down here on this side, what we see is there's a little playground down there. You may not be able to see it. And then there's a lot of parking areas. And like I said, I can't remember if there's actually camping available down there, or I think it's just a day park area. Although I think that there is camping around here somewhere. I just don't remember. We've never camped here because we lived really close to it. On this side, we have a lake. It's a man-made lake, designed and maintained by the Army Corps of Engineers. About a month ago or so, somebody accidentally opened the dam up and the lake drained, but it's full now again. Very beautiful place, and there's sandy beaches over there where you can swim. But really across the street from me is my favorite place. That's kind of the woods area. You can see this guy here, it goes exactly a mile down. There's little mile markers. I'm just going to go out to that little bridge there and come back because I actually want to walk the whole way through the trails instead. I'll show you what that looks like. But if you're in the Meadville area looking for a good place, good day camping, there's parking over there you can use freely during the day. Playground for the kids, and nature trails across the street are really wonderful. This is an excellent place though. So being here kind of brings back some memories. In fact, one of my most interesting is I did in college all my academic work, and when I failed my first chemistry exam after doing what I thought was an incredible amount of studying, I came here. The only place I thought of, and I parked my car up there, and I can actually kind of see the van of freedom from here, which is very nice. But I came up here, I parked, and probably for the first time in a year or so, maybe 2 years, I ran a mile. I just started the mile and I just ran it. I remember I ran like a 7.5 minute mile on this little bridge because it's exactly 1 mile. It's just a time to stop and de-stress. I had a lot of crazy stuff going on. You know, my mother's husband had attacked me, and I was living in the back of my car for a period of time, and frankly, it was a rough time in my life, and this is the one place I decided to come. And I came here, I ran it, and then it just kind of like all those problems dissolved away, and I said, you know what? It's time to go back and not worry about the crazy background. It's time instead to look forward and say, I gotta move on. I gotta move forward. I gotta do what's best for me. And that's what my whole journey in this van's gonna be about. It's about what's best for me in the case of I've already accomplished a lot. I've helped a lot of people. I've helped a lot of young people reach maturity. I have helped a lot of people build sites and helped some people write books, and just a lot of other cool, fun things. And it's kind of time to get out and just kind of meet people in different environments, see different places. That's really what my journey is going to be about. All right, so I've arrived at the nature trails. There was a trail guide box back there, but all that had in it is guidelines for walking your dog on a leash. I am absent dog, so oh well. And also, it does appear there was a beehive in there. So I did manage to close the thing without getting stung, but that's always exciting. Kind of reminds me, I think I was in Kentucky one time. I'm out getting a geocache, and the exact location where the geocache was listed was a beehive, and it was a bee farm. Yeah, I marked that one as an unsafe geocache. Here I have a little bit of information here. Bossard Nature Trail. The Bossard Nature Trail offers you access to an interesting outdoor area. From here, it extends about 600 feet long around the hillsides, where it is paved for the convenience of persons with limited disabilities, such as those in wheelchair. Beyond the pavement, the trail descends into the valley and then forms a loop, which returns to the bottom of the hill. The length of the trail is about 1 mile. You will need 45 to 60 minutes to walk it at a leisurely pace. Information plaques describing several points of interest will be found along the trail. And there's a nice little map there. Really hard to see down here, but it's very nice. There's the American woodcock, where this is named after. Popular eastern game bird, mostly community found during the spring and summer and fall areas in the wooded swamps. That's kind of where we are. So here's the start of the trail, 600 feet of paved trail. This is a place we walked a lot as a kid. So I'm kind of excited that this is really the first big adventure we're doing on the channel. Just kind of show you a little bit of the past before we move on into the future. And, we did things down here with scouts. Of course, I was Cub Scouts down in Meadville, so this is probably the nearest convenient, well-built out nature area. But we've also walked it for fun. And I also remember coming back here with my brother once when we were at the end of high school. Just kind of, I think he had just graduated. This summer he had graduated, so I'm in, 10th grade or so. And we come out here and just kind of walked it for old time's sakes. And I actually haven't been here in at least 10 or 15 years. So I'll get a chance to see this. I'll go ahead and let you guys know what we see. But see, it's a mature forest. There is bordering evergreen and deciduous. And it is actually, it is a very mature forest. Not a lot has actually changed from what I recall. We got a lot of ferns, evergreens. Now we have a sugar maple there, and you can kind of see what we have. There's some grapevines over there. Massive. That what you kind of see there in that view, that is actually a grapevine. That is not a tree, that is a grapevine. So, very cool. So here we have the trail that does periodically have these guys here. We have nice little places to stop and sit and rest if you happen to be old and out of breath. I'm fortunately not old and out of breath yet, but you walk on over to here and you can see down there as part of the trail. This must be an official form of sub-trail. In fact, it is. You can kind of see there's some steps that go down there into the valley, or we can continue on over there. And I do remember this tree. I don't think my initials are carved on it, which is good, but I do remember that tree with initials carved in it. Some other ones over there. And we'll go ahead and walk around a little bit more and show you guys some more. So these little markers here, the number 5 here, these are actually the markers that you will find something about in those trail guides. I was very saddened that there's not a trail guide so I could tell you what they are. Maybe I can find one later. But all throughout here, there's these. Of course, this is the 5th one, and we're just in here about 10 minutes in. So, unfortunately, I can't show you exactly what they are. And then this is the point where the pavement ends. So we are 600 feet in on the path. This is the end of the pavement. And then from here, we have trails. We can go deeply down here. Go over here. Here's another placard, number 6. Over here, and Some of these are just pointing out different trees. Some are pointing out like microcosms. Just a lot of other cool things to learn about the nature here. So we'll go ahead and continue on. So these are the scenes I miss the most about Pennsylvania, is the creeks inside of these, just inside of these valleys like this. Hills on either side. You can kind of see there's actually a stream crossing over here, and kind of behind me over here is the steps on right on up to continue on. We have a nice little dam over here, and kind of over here we got the stream going back. These are just some of the most beautiful, beautiful places we can find. I'm kind of standing on a little dry spot there in the middle. I'm not getting wet or anything, but I'm kind of standing kind of in the middle of the stream. But these are just some of the most beautiful, beautiful places. I love these types of places, always have. And these are the things that make you want to go to the East Coast. There's some things that make you want to go to the West Coast too, but these are those East Coast special cherished moments for me. So this tree right here, this guy is a birch. Now the leaves look similar to cherry and a few other ones. What gives this one away is this flaky bark like this. So this guy here is actually the inner bark of these leaves actually have on them a wintergreen taste. So it's the same oil inside of wintergreen. So let's chew on that. And yeah, I'm enjoying wintergreen right now in the middle of the woods off this birch tree. So it looks as though our trail has fallen a little bit of disarray. Continued on this way, but it just kind of fades into nothingness. And as I walk back over this way, what you can kind of see is what looks like the remains of a bridge. It's not going to be a problem to get over here, but over here, let's see if I can get this way. So here, you can see the remains of a bridge. So I think there was a bridge here at one point in time, and the trail actually continues over there across the creek. So we'll have to get across the creek here, and there's one trail that goes up this way, and there's actually another one way over there. We actually saw the steps to the other one. I'm just going to opt for this trail over here because it's close, and I shouldn't have a problem getting across this guy. Let's go ahead and step lightly, see if we can get across without getting too wet. So there is a little bit of deep over here. That's probably about 2-3 feet deep. And then we got a little bit over here. Here, we're going to step a little bit of water, but not a lot. This is just not even quite an inch deep. And then step here, oh, jump to there. And now we're back on dry ground, and we will be able to continue on the trail this way. So sad to see that there is a little bit of disrepair. The other way might have been a little easier to go up. That one had a lot less stuff on it. The stairs still look in good shape over there. And hopefully this continues on. I actually only remember doing this loop here a few times. I don't think we ever always did it. But we'll go ahead and continue on this way. So now we're going to go into a different type of forest. We're going from the more mature evergreen over into a younger deciduous. You can tell it's younger. Now there's roads right up here. Might be able to hear the cars. But you can tell a younger deciduous because it's going to be a little bit thicker. As the weeds grow up, the trees haven't quite killed everything below it yet. And you can kind of see where we're moving here. So we'll go ahead and see what else we find. So I'm definitely seeing that part of the back trails is not merely as maintained. So this tree has fallen over from somewhere. It looks like it probably fell off of there. It's actually on the trail. I went through a little bit of a fielded section, didn't film that, but trail is overgrown a little bit. You can see where it is. So it's like the front half of the nature trail here is fairly good shape. The back half, kind of clear that people don't generally come back here very much. And I'm kind of pleased to walk all of it. I hope I'm still on the trail. It doesn't really look as much like a trail now, but you can kind of see, I mean, some of these things look like they've been here for a season. And who knows, maybe they've been there for much longer. You can clearly see I'm still on the trail, but there's definitely a lot of stuff falling onto it. So it's kind of sad to see the back of the trail is in this disrepair, especially when the front of the trail looked so well maintained. But we'll go ahead and continue on and see if we can finish this guy up. So the trail hit so much disrepair and kind of led off into nowhere, and so I switched back down that little ravine there to get back down to the creek, and I'm just going to follow the creek back to the main paths back. We'll find a trail here, but I should be able to crisscross through here. But you know, I'm not the first person to come down here before. There's actually some of the nice little rock piles people are creating in the creeks. So there's just kind of came right on down, and there's a rock pile. So very nice. So one thing when you're walking in the woods, remember where your creek beds are when you encounter them, and the flow and the direction of the water. So I'm not by any means lost, but if I happened to be, then you can use your creek beds to figure out where to get back down to where you need to go. So, and I knew this creek is, there's periods of waterfalls and little tiny, really nice scenery here, but there's also boatloads of this dry ground that I can crisscross back down. I know the direction of the creek flows, so I came down here to walk back on the creek because I don't want to go through that overgrown field again. I think that if you're going to pick up a tick somewhere, it's going to be the overgrown field. I got a little down tree here. I'm trying to think, do I want to shimmy under it or across the creek and go over it? I'm thinking since I'm recording, let's cross the creek and go over it. If I was not recording, I'd just go ahead and shimmy under it. So let's just go ahead and do that. We have gotten to the creek bed, and whew, we're up. Now we're just gonna crisscross back down, get on over here, and we'll follow back down and just keep on following on the creek line until I can pick the trail back up. Well, that was an epic journey through my past. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning now, so I'm actually going to head on over to the day use area down here that we saw from the bridge. And I'm going to park for a little bit, get a little bit of work done, brew up another coffee before I head on back down to home base. Well, I just got about an hour of work done. Just kind of had to work on a website for someone, and I'm over here. I got my, I only have one monitor installed. There's going to be 2 monitors installed here when we're done, but it's just a short little trip. I threw one in there and threw a laptop. I actually have a Mac over there as well that I had to pull out of the closet because I had somebody that needed something checked out on a Mac also. Oh, I got to say, this has just been a nice place to park. I could literally park here all day if I wanted to, but I do have to head back. One thing I did find, I was guessing this is going to be a problem. I wanted to get some further testing in. I need a ground loop isolator for the audio. So right now, depending on the device it's plugged in, this is actually my main media PC, which is crammed up there in that corner. And that one there, we are getting some ground loop static on the audio. I can crank the audio on the computer way up and turn the audio on the amplifier down, and I get rid of most of it. But I'd like to have something a little bit more static. Now, to be clear, not everything I tried out does this. If I'm trying to play a smartphone and charge it off of the DC charging ports, I get a lot of ground loop, except my one charging port that's up there. That one up there is apparently very well filtered, and I don't get ground loop through that. So if you're not familiar with it, it's just kind of this low-level hum or buzz or static that comes through your speakers that's caused by some way how the system is all set together and isolated. So Best Buy does sell those. I'm pretty sure there's a Best Buy between where I'm at and where I need to be today. So I'm going to make it a try to stop by Best Buy, see if they have any of those in place. Here I'm kind of in the middle of, I mean, it's not really nowhere. We're about, I don't know, about 7 to 10 miles from Meadville. And I'm actually pulling down about 5 Mbps on my cellular internet here. And my cellular internet feeds into a full router, so I have all these laptops, and this computer is actually hardwired into the network. So a very nice setup. And then we'll show you the scene I have from my screen door. And here's my screen door. It's actually, I could see, not seeing them now, but out my front window I was able to see a lot of bugs buzzing around, and this screen has kept every bug out. I've had this thing open. It is a cool 27 Celsius in here. All my thermostats report Celsius, so whatever that is, you Europeans will be able to tell us what that is. Very nice temperature. I think it's probably like low 70s. It's gorgeous out. I have this nice breeze. I have my fan is on medium, and it's blowing some nice breeze through here, and this is my scenery. Now, if I were camping here out all day, I could just step right on out here and go out to that grill up there and fry up some hot dogs or something, but alas, I'm going to pack up and get on the road because I need to get back down to home base here today. I will go ahead and walk around this little day use park area and show you what we have, though. So here we are in the parking area for the day use. It is day use only. There's a good old van over there. There's some landscapers over here right now. Other than that, I haven't seen anybody. And I think there's should be a pull around to get to here, or maybe this parking lot over here comes from another place. Not exactly sure. I'll figure it out. You can see all over here, very private camp areas. So if you have a family, you want to come here and just have a sort of private day out. This would be a great place if I just spend the whole day somewhere, get some working done, get some walking done. This is absolutely one of the best. There's a nice little footbridge, and this stream is stocked with trout. I can see one right there. You probably can't see it because of the glare, but I'm not sure. There's some signs over there. I didn't read them. I'm not sure if this is a freely available catch and release place, but there is some designated fishing. There's a restroom over there as well. More parking on this side. I forget exactly how to get to this parking. Maybe it wraps around from the lot I'm in. I think it must. There's another access over there. So there's that. Lots of pavilions, individual little spots. Again, no camping here. I did check into that. There is no camping, but excellent place to kind of come spend a day. You can walk through the woods. You can do a 1 mile, very quiet. They have some restroom facilities. Hopefully they're open, and we'll see into that. And then it's just a really nice place. So if you're in this area, in the Meadville area, looking for a place to stop, rest, and recreate for the day, Woodcock Dam. This is an excellent place. Right off of 198.